Hey, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. It is Thursday, October 13th, and this episode is brought to you by my fantastic sponsor, Cajon Harley. Cajon Harley, Southern California's best Harley-Davidson dealer in my eyes, absolutely. And just, the best probably dealer going in the U.S., I think. Yeah, I might be biased because they're sponsoring the podcast, but also super cool people. Cajon Harley, man, your one-stop motorcycle shop. Go down there. If you want to get financed, they got financing going on. They've got the brand new Milwaukee 8s in there, the touring bikes with the new engine. They also have a fantastic motor clothes department. I just bought a new helmet down there and a Rye glow-in-the-dark model so I don't get run over again. Yes, Cajon Harley. And congrats to a couple Del Razors out there that already got some bikes or working up some deals at Cajon Harley. That's pretty damn cool. Thank you to you guys. Get your motorcycles at Cajon Harley. Don't go anywhere else. Talk to my boy Greg Riley down there. He will get you up and going on two wheels. They also will not be beat on their tire prices. They've got incredible tire prices. Get a brand new tire or two. Winter's coming. You don't want to be sliding around. Cajon Harley. Hit them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Tell them I sent you. And go down there and test ride a bike if you want. Maybe you just want to test ride something. Go in there. Hit it up. Cajon Harley. So what's going on, guys? I'm in New York City. Just got here yesterday and already having a great time. What did I do? I did a casino last night with Ari Shafir out in Yonkers, which was hilarious and an interesting story you will hear on an upcoming episode of Let There Be Talk. I sat down with Ari in the car ride out to Yonkers and talked to him about what it takes to be a bi-coastal comedian, and also what it takes to move to New York, which is a very interesting episode. If you ever thought of living in New York City, in Manhattan, wow, it's fucking tough to do. And Ari breaks it down, and which is very cool. And I'm sitting in his house right now. He's letting me stay at his pad while he's on the road, which is so fucking cool of him. I'm at the Stand all this week and next, and I'll also be doing Gotham next Tuesday night. Come see me at the Stand. Every night I will be performing. And during the day, over the weekend here, I'm going to go out to Brooklyn to Inspirations and check out all the new denim and the leather and the vintage clothes. I can't wait for that. And go see my boy Marcus Price and cruise around a little bit of Brooklyn. Hipster Ground Zero, Williamsburg. See what that's like. I never made it out there before. So that ought to be interesting. And, just have some fun. How's everybody doing? I'm glad you liked that episode with Matt last week. I thought it would be cool. Uh-oh, someone's calling. Gotta see what this is. Oh, yeah, back into the intro. Little phone call from Bobby Kelly, Robert Kelly. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to be going to Inspirations and then doing shows and just having some fun, enjoying the weather in New York right now before it gets fucking crazy cold. I was here in August and it was 1,000 degrees. You get in those subways and it's just inferno. It's funny because when I was here in August, I was like, man, the people are so nice here and everything. And I realized it's because it's too hot. I was riding the subway today. People were aggro. There's some fucking people. They get aggro, boy, in that subway today, man. A woman just came charging through, just shoulders, just fucking. Some guy was like, yo. fucking mellow out. She's like, get out my way, you know, and she had headphones on. I was like, wow. And why this is going on, some homeless dudes just playing wild horses on an out-of-tune acoustic. And I was like, this shit is alive. This shit is alive, man. Feels good. The crazies are out. Today, great episode. If you love the Black Crowes like I do, of course you know this man. He was the lead guitar player for Southern Harmony, Amorica, and Three Snakes in the early days. And then was fired from the band, then came back. I forget what year that is. I think it was 2005 or 6. And the entire Black Crowes community lost their mind. There it was, the original lineup in place. People were out killing. I'm just out of my mind. The band was out killing. People were out killing. The band was out killing it. And then Marc Ford was gone again. And, of course, I had Marc on a few months back. Actually, it wasn't a few months. It was all the way back in February because I remember it was around my birthday. And he played at Del Rey at the El Rey, sat in on some AC/DC. That was an epic episode, and it was really special to me because I love Marc and I love his playing. And I said, come back when your solo record's out, and his solo record will be out tomorrow. I strongly recommend you get it. It's so cool that, you know, of course the Black Crowes are broke up, but we're getting these great records from the guys in the band. Rich Robinson's solo record right now is absolutely unbelievable. I had him on the show. If you missed that, if you're new to the podcast, it was about a month ago. And now here's Marc with a new solo record, The Vulture. And this thing is fucking great. There's some tunes on here, man, that are deep. And I play one for you at the end of the episode, so don't miss it. Do me a favor. Pick up his record, spread the word. These type of records aren't going to be on the radio. Maybe some AAA radio out there in America or something. But the way this record's going to get around is by you guys telling each other. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hey, man, Marc Ford's record's great. And people pick it up. That's what you should do because this record is great. A couple of my favorite songs on it are All We Need to Do Is Love. The Vulture, the title track is incredible. Deep Water, Ghetto is Everywhere. It's just a fucking fine record. And his playing is just so great. So yeah, do that. Sit back, enjoy this episode. Thanks, everybody. I will see you soon. If you're in New York, come see me all week. If not, I will be at the end of the month with Russell Peters at the San Jose Improv, October 26, 28, 29, 30. San Jose Improv. Then Sacramento Punchline, November 10, 11, 12. San Francisco Punchline, December 15th, 16th, 17th. Before I get into the episode, one last thing. This episode is also brought to you by Earthquaker Devices. And I know a lot of guitar players are listening to this episode today. So do not sleep. Get yourself an Earthquaker pedal. These guys are handmade boutique pedals out of Akron, Ohio. And they're super cool people. Sponsoring the podcast now for years. Earthquaker, man, they make the finest stuff. I see all kinds of rock stars using it now. You know it's got to be good. Rock stars could get anything they want. So Earthquaker, don't miss it. Do not miss Earthquaker Devices. Go see them on Instagram. They demonstrate all their pedals on Instagram, Earthquaker Devices, Facebook, and Twitter. And check out their amps. They got amps now, curly cords, and cool-ass shirts. All right, let's get into it. Here he is, candles lit, Mr. Marc Ford. All right, thanks for tuning into another episode of Let There Be Talk. A great guest, the return of Mr. Marc Ford. As we were saying last time you were here, you're going to go do your record, and you'll come back, and we will talk about that record.
That's right, and I have done that.
You know, it was amazing because you were doing, at the time, you were down to the wire. You were doing one of those kind of fundraiser drives, and you made it, right?
Yeah, just barely. I mean, I kind of had to just sort of get people to jump on in faith. Look, we're going to San Francisco. I'm gonna have a place for us to stay. I'm gonna have a way to get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to pay you guys. We're gonna make a record. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. And man, thankfully they did. We had an amazing trip. It all fell in line. The money came to get the place to stay and the ride and everything. And then when we were about to count off for the first track and the first day of the studio, guy runs in with his phone. He goes, "It went over."
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Anthony, the drummer, takes a screenshot of it, and it's $40,013, and that's my birthday, 4/13.
Whoa! No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we begin the record right then.
Wow, man, that is a cool story.
Yeah, man, this record's been like that all the way through.
It's interesting because I had Rich Robinson on a couple weeks ago, and his solo record's incredible, the new one. And then I'm listening to your solo record, and it's this thing's great, man.
Thank you.
I really like it. Now, it's called The Vulture.
Yeah.
I was just listening to the title track. Great lyrics, man. Nose full of snow.
Yeah.
But what a great chorus, because it's really, the lyrics are so visual. They're dark. Keep an eye on the vulture.
Yeah.
See if he stays too long, meaning, you're about to die.
Yeah,
That's an incredible lyric.
Yeah, and the thing that got me, it was the only bit of a song that I knew was going to be a song, was that riff. And then it could have been another one, but I had the lyric, "I hate you when I'm with you, but I miss you when you're gone." Which,
yeah.
At the time, my wife and I were just in it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, and I was just like, that totally describes what's going on with so many relationships, with sugar,
like you were
just talking about, like things that make you crave them, or maybe to get, or things things that maybe if you just would let it go, things would be a little easier.
Yeah. It's weird. Addictions and demons and stuff are so fucking, it lets you know right away that you're human, know? Yeah. It's crazy what a fucking, I was telling you when you were walking up, I quit coke and booze and stuff, but sugar was fucking insane.
Yeah, sugar and caffeine are the wickedest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just lies there in the open.
Well, I think what happens with those is the reason they get such a fucking grab on you is you never hit rock bottom until you get like diabetes.
Right.
But with caffeine, you don't really hit rock bottom. So you just
fuck it.
You just fuck you. But you just rifle your system with them,
Yeah, well, you wear it out. Yeah. I got to a point with coffee once that I'd drink a cup and it'd put me to sleep.
Yeah. Well, that was me too. When I quit caffeine, I quit it like a year ago because I heard you could get really strong memory from no caffeine. And I was about to shoot a special. And I was thinking, I want to do that. And all of a sudden, I was dreaming again.
Oh.
Because you get immune to coffee to where you can sleep on it, but you're never in REM.
Right.
So all of a sudden I was having these vivid dreams again, like, awesome. Whoa, radical.
Yeah.
It's funny how you can...
That's happened to me anytime something that I've had going for a very long time and then just quit it. And it's like it shocked your body into like, oh yeah, let's function again. Correctly.
Yeah. Now you said that you haven't drank in a couple years.
Yeah.
Congrats, right on.
Thank you.
And so... you have a full focus, right? Of like, okay, I want to make this record, and you go in and make an incredible fucking record, man. There's a song on here, and I got the names here because I was pretty fucking floored. Some of the depth of it was so great because you never know. Like I talked to Rich. And you never know when a guitar player is going to write a record. Is it going to be a blues record with throwaway lyrics like, you got me, baby, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But, man, this song on here, All We Need to Do Is Love.
Yeah.
What a fucking track. It's kind of Beatles flavor, right? Kind of George Harrison, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife, my son called George Harrison on me on a couple spots on the record. You know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't intentional. It's just
Yeah, of course.
part of the bag. You know? But,
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I and my friend Chris Lazat, we wrote that together, and it asks some tough questions, but it gives a great answer. You know?
Yeah.
And the bitch and jam at the end.
Oh God, yeah, that's real. I mean, the guitar work on it is incredible.
The whole band just, because the record really is, you can't get too much more bare bones. It's drums and bass and guitar both, and organ most of the time.
Right, right. Same guys. Are these the guys that are in your band, or were they just like some guys?
Neptune Blues Club is a band of these guys that I've been playing with for 10, 12 years. We've made tons of records together. One officially, Marc Ford, Neptune Blues Club.
Right.
But we're kind of the house band at the compound, you know. Somebody
Right.
comes in, a singer-songwriter, and we'll just be his band and kick it out like Stax, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
So
you can tell.
We've been playing together a long time, and we're going to Europe next year, and I'm taking 2 of these old fools never had a passport.
No shit.
Yeah, man.
Never had a passport.
I get to take these old codgers, you know, to Europe for the first time and get them, you know. I hate the weird food.
Wow, that's pretty.
I go, let's go to Europe for 6 weeks. You bring some money home, and you get to play every day.
Yeah, fuck yeah, right? That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What now
Australia.
you guys going to Australia? Man, that's pretty fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Like festivals and stuff?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, you know, I got to lay ground again because it's been dormant for a bit.
Yeah.
And stories fly around. Who knows what people are thinking, you know? So I just kind of got to lay some track again and get this thing afloat. And, you know, this relationship with Rich and all those guys went so great.
Right.
Yeah.
When you went and jammed with him,
Yeah.
let's talk about that because Rich was here and he was like, it was a week after you guys had just went up there and played in New York. I had saw Rich in New York, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have Mark and Eddie play," and I was like, "Wow!" I mean, immediately, you know, I'm fucking fired up on that, you know.
And Sven was already there.
Yeah, right. And he told an amazing story. I said, "Well, how did this kind of come about?" Because you guys fire Mark on the second time, and then you're not really talking. And he said, "Well, I had some of his guitars in storage. They were there, and I said, man, let's give him his guitars." And he called you. He said, "Hey, man, we got your guitars. Do you want them? And we'll send them out or whatever. But you got to pay for shipping." But anyway, he said that was kind of how it broke the ice. And then he asked you to come up and play. Were you pretty surprised?
Yeah. I mean, not like it never would happen. I never felt like any of us are really done.
Right.
There's too much there. We lived through too much together for it to be over, you know? And like I said to Rich, like we didn't even go over whatever happened. You know, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You know, we miss each other. We miss playing together. We do it real good.
Yeah.
You know, there's a relationship there that was before we met each other. You know what I mean? It just happened, and people dig to hear it. Let's play. You know, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest.
He said an amazing thing. He said it was the first time. He said that you said, "Man, it's really kind of cool to get to know you because you guys were in different camps for all those years. It was like Rich in his world and you and Chris in your world." And he said it was great to really start to get to know Mark, man. It was like the first time we really like talked and stuff.
Yeah. We've had more conversations on the phone in the last couple of months than ever.
Yeah.
You know.
And
we realized, that's what I said, I go, you know, I said, first of all, I go, you know, listening to these tracks and kind of getting familiar with them again, it was the first time I could hear the record like it was, like I'd never heard it.
Right.
I could hear it with such distance.
Black Crow stuff?
Yeah.
Like what'd you guys play? You played My Morning, or what'd you play?
Well, we played different stuff off those 3 records.
Oh, yeah, like Good Friday?
And Nebuchadnezzar. And
oh, yeah.
We did Thorn, we did Buttermilk Waltz.
Killer.
We did a lot of stuff. So
right.
I got this list of things and covers we used to do. And so I'm listening to, I'm just like, I just texted Rich, I go, damn, these records are good.
Oh, God, are you kidding? Are you kidding me, dude?
I go,
I mean,
okay.
Even when you're over here now, which I've known you for, I don't know, 15, 20 years or something. Even when you're here now, I get excited because, because those records are fucking monumental, man. I mean, they're not just some like era of like, oh yeah, that was that era or whatever. No, these are classic fucking records.
There's deep shit in there.
Yeah, man.
It's no fluff. They're going to be around a while.
Yeah.
It was, but to be able to get to see that, because I went there and I go, Rich, man, I didn't appreciate. I mean, I knew we were good, right?
Yeah.
I knew Rich was good. I knew Eddie was good, but I didn't fully get to hear them then. I said, because all I could hear was me.
Yeah. On 10. On 10, yeah.
No, just listening to the record.
Oh, yeah.
All I was into was listening to me.
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
So, us too, right?
Yeah.
So I go, now I really appreciate, God dang, man, like what everybody was doing together. It's really, I would totally be into that band if I was of the age and, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
But it was nice to also, through that we learned to really sort of not really trust people.
Right.
Because you never knew why they're what they wanted, and we were always sort of scuttled around.
There's some paranoia and camps.
Right.
That gets down to camps.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's part of that camp, man. Don't tell him nothing.
Well, it's also maneuvering quickly without getting hung up, and you can't. Who knows? That person's going to be.
Yep.
Yeah. So, getting to do this Kickstarter and this Woodstock thing, because the audience was right there. And we mingled with them and ate with them, and it kind of broke down. Getting to do these guitar lessons for Kickstarter, it broke down this sort of distrust that I had built. Like, oh, this could go badly, or what if you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm like, man, come on, let's just walk through it. And it was bitching. Like, the people are cool. I got to really fully understand what that music meant to some people.
Yeah.
Like, I had my music from my high school and my coming of age, and other people have music that I made, so like if I got to pass any of it on to anybody else that I got, then job done, I think.
It's so true. I mean, like I was talking to Rich about like, it was interesting, the selection, because you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 records, first one, then of course Southern Harmony, Amorica, and then Three Snakes. And it was interesting, Rich chose some songs off Three Snakes because I think it's so fucking underrated. And of course everybody's like, the cult is the Amorica, the big record is the first one, and then the cool Stones one is the second one, But you get to this fourth record that sounds to me like no one. Of course, you got the first one's kind of Faces and Stonesy. Second one's kind of, more Stonesy, Southern Harmony kind of. And then the third one's kind of Allman Brothers,
Right.
But that fourth one is dark, and it doesn't sound like anybody but Black Crowes.
It was a dark time. I mean, we were fully in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 3 of us lived there at the house we were staying at, which was in Atlanta, Decatur, I believe, but kind of where they grew up. So it was home. It was in the woods. It was a lot of property, so it was private. We could do whatever we wanted in this huge old kind of mansion, really.
Yeah.
And we just put the studio in, and Gary Scheider and Mudbone from Parliament came and stayed for a few days with us.
No shit.
They sang on the record.
Oh, Let Me Share the Ride? Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah. Oh, Blackberry, I think, maybe?
So, and they're crazy.
No shit?
Well, Gary showed up, and he had been up 3 days because it was his wife's birthday party.
Yeah.
And they got a bunch of crack for a birthday party. He shows up out of his mind already.
No way!
And then just proceeded to just sing and play his ass off.
Wow.
It was an incredible time. That's when dope kind of came in the picture. Like heroin started coming around.
Right.
And I think that's where Good Friday kind of came from, because Fridays was the day that we would do it. Like,
wow.
You know,
That's crazy.
Then it got to be
bad Friday.
more than Friday.
Yeah, more than Friday.
But I mean, we were having a good time still.
You mean it like dope doesn't come in until Three Snakes?
Yeah, I mean
that's wild.
Eddie had known.
Yeah,
Eddie'd been dabbling for, I mean, since the 1800s, I think.
in the 1800s.
He invented it, I believe. No, but I mean, I love that guy. Dope didn't. It was just a lot of drinking and a lot of cocaine,
right?
And the occasional mushroom, and couldn't really trust the acid. So
yeah.
You want to be careful with that.
Yeah, I never fuck around with that because you never know how many hits somebody put on it. You know what I mean?
You really need to know who made it.
You do because it's like it's all speedy and weird. Yeah, fuck all that.
But I've had pure liquid sunshine, and now that is a whole other game.
What's that like?
It was like, gosh, I don't know if I could. It was real beauty. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything was beautiful. I was cool with everybody. Like it was like that stupid propaganda hippie shit. It really was like, man.
Far out, that kind of shit.
So cool.
Yeah.
You could. I get it. It's like, man. I could see that, doing that every day. The Dead, if they were,
right? Yeah, like you got the guy that makes the clean shit, and then there's no spooky, weird fucking, oh no, monsters are coming.
Right.
Yeah, and then you're on board.
Yeah.
I once took mushrooms, we talked about it last time we were here, but I took them like 3 days in a row, and on the third day, they didn't seem to work anymore for me.
I did it for a month in a row.
Yeah, I know. That's my favorite story.
And we had enough to just keep running. And we were eating a lot by the time, but it does. The weird just gets normal.
Yeah.
And you see, like, oh yeah, but it does, like anything else. Your tolerance.
Yep. And now they've proven that it helps with depression and shit. So people are taking small doses daily,
Grinding
just
it up in capsules.
Yeah, right, exactly, and just kind of being normal. Psilocybin. It's funny to think all these drugs are turning out to be awesome.
You think? Like,
like
Eastern medicine, like anything that pharma can own.
Isn't that incredible? Everything that fucking is natural is right. It's so weird. And I even think, other than the severe damage that heroin does, I think that it does something to people where they live longer. Like look at Keith Richards, William S. Burroughs. If you don't OD,
well, there's a preservation quality.
Yeah,
to it,
right.
I think. Yeah, if you can do it, like that was the thing about Burroughs, he could just chip away.
Yeah.
And not many. I couldn't. No way.
No.
Because then it's just like I'm just getting normal.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I didn't get in this to be normal.
Yeah, right.
I don't like my normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, dope is great for surgeries.
Yep, absolutely. Now you see Eddie. That was the first time you saw him in a long time, right?
Yeah, I was really excited. He was so joyful, and he looked, just the light was in his eyes, and played great. And me and him stayed together in Rick Danko's log cabin.
Wow, Danko.
Yeah,
what a king, right?
So we just sat there and soaked it in, and it was great. I mean, the bullshit is the bullshit, and it's gone.
Yep.
Whatever.
Totally.
It's like we play music too well together not to do it.
Yeah, man. It's so true.
And the other stuff is not even worth it. Like, to get in the way of that.
Yeah. I believe that, man. I believe that. I mean, I think that it's so fucking hard to find chemistry amongst guys that when you have chemistry, you can't fuck it up, because it's a lot like drugs. If a guy leaves the band, you're gonna constantly chase what you already had. Instead of just fixing what you had.
Right.
Stop, hold on, let's turn the car off and talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Instead, you keep going and you keep trying to fix what you already had.
At 100 miles an hour.
At 100 miles an hour. And mostly because other people are saying, you don't need them, keep going to make money.
No, we got to stop and be here and now once in a while.
Yeah.
Slow it down, and
It's so true, man.
happening. Yeah, and I mean, you got to get to that place. So some people aren't at that place where you can just let it go. And let's just be here today and see what happens.
It's so true. It's so true, man. I mean, it takes some people never make amends, and they go to the grave with it.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, it is. It is. Life's too short. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, we all know them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
People just take bitterness right with them.
And you know what? Then later on, you don't even know why you were mad at the person.
No.
Isn't that weird?
No, the bitterness just becomes familiar and friendly, and if you let go of it, you're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Totally.
It's wicked, man.
Yeah, it is. It is wicked,
Biological.
man. So you go up to San Fran to make this record, Tiny Telephone. Track it on tape.
Yep. And he won't keep more than one take.
No shit.
Yeah, we'd play it, and that felt pretty good. Let's try another. He goes, okay, let me just rewind. Whoa, what? He goes, no. He goes, if you want to do it again, let's do it again.
Wow, over the track.
And he is so methodical about time, and it's just like, go. I didn't have time to, I didn't finish the tune, so I had to do it. I'm just like, this is the next one.
Wow.
Make decisions, go.
Oh, man.
And by the end of it, you're like, what did we do?
Wow.
So it's all instinct.
I've never heard of not keeping the track, but that's actually kind of a cool, dangerous way to record, man.
Well, he has these studios that are incredible at a very, very, very reasonable price.
Yeah.
Incredible price.
Yeah.
Got 2 of them there. He's building the 3rd one. And he supplies the tape.
Well, wow.
But you don't walk away with the tape.
Oh, yeah.
And he keeps nice tape. And then, we got the whole record, I think, on one reel.
Wow.
Just back to back the songs.
No shit, on a 2-inch reel?
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, I think we did. Might have spilled over to another one.
Right.
But no second take, no baloney. It's just, it as tight as it gets.
Wow, that's fucking... You know what I like about that is it's almost like a live concert. If you don't take that one... That's what it was that one passed through.
But
wow.
You don't second guess.
Yeah.
It's instinct, and so it's probably the best choice.
It really is, because I think 99% of the records, even with Black Crowes, if you think about when I heard, Rich was saying oh yeah, that one was one take.
Yeah.
99% of the time, the first one is always the best. Because you're in there and you're excited and you're ready to go. The only thing that might not be so good would be the tempo because you're so excited.
Right, yeah.
But other than that, the fucking plane is on,
If the first one ain't it, if the second one is. And if that ain't, stop.
Stop. Go to another song.
Yeah.
You're so right. Because then...
But not everybody works like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody, because there's also the way of let's get the drum track, let's get the bass track, and it's to a metronome, and it's and that's a bitchin' way to work too. You get different results. Personally, I just love to hear the band working together, and you can tell where there's moments of recovery, nice, all the lumps and the stories in it.
Yep, it really is, man, and the vibe.
Yeah, it's not such a crafted thing; it's a living being.
Well, it's one of the reasons why a lot of bands' demos were so much better than when they went in and did records, because they weren't thinking about it. They were in there having a great time, and then all of a sudden, okay, now we got to go track these songs again in a $7,000 a day studio or something, and all this pressure's on.
And you're so in love with the demos, you can't get back to the demos.
It's so true.
So you're like, what? I like those better.
Yeah,
only because you're used to them.
Yep. That's it.
That's the danger of rough mixes and daily stuff, and it's like, well, I really like that, and it's never going to be like that again. So get used to letting it go.
Yeah. It's funny because, so many people I've had on this show, and in my life, I've always heard, well, the demo smoked it. You should have heard the demos. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes people say that, and then I'll hear the demos. Nah, that's just you, because I'm listening to the record right here.
Right.
Like I just heard a Soundgarden outtake today, and I was like, Oh yeah, I can see why that didn't make the record. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
it's funny. It's funny, man.
Yeah, sometimes you just, there's things are left on and off for strange reasons that may or may not even make sense,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You gotta, I learned one thing about music a long time ago. When I first started producing, was that you really have to you have to hold it on to it loosely because it's going to show up the way it wants to.
Yep.
And you just watch and sort of catch it, the best you can.
Yeah.
You just sort of heard it in one place.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can't go there with a specific sound in your head and then ever be satisfied finding it.
Yeah. I believe that 100%, man, because it is what it is,
We're dealing with ethereal things.
That's great. Let's talk about this song I love on here, Deep Water, man.
Yeah.
Wow. What a track. Another dark tune. There's some dark tunes on this fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
You went kind of deep. I love it, man.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, I keep saying like this is the Saturday night to the Sunday morning Holy Ghost record.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is, maybe why the Holy Ghost record had to come about.
Yeah.
This is the damage side of things, or that was maybe the repair side of things.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But it's fun, there's lightheartedness to it. I think.
There is.
There is.
There was a song on here that kind of had a Arkansas Gas Card.
Right.
It kind of had a Lay Down Sally kind of vibe, a little Tom Waits little feel in there. I love that too. So yeah, this record has some definitely different flavors, but I always gravitate towards the dark stuff because then I think that you're really starting to find out. Okay, I want to, Mark is saying something here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for fans that put on music, they don't get to talk to you like I do or something.
Yeah.
So they get to dive way in like, wow, Deep Water, man, that's got to be about like addictions and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, yes and no, yeah. I mean, it's about everything. I mean, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could just be an attitude that you don't like about yourself.
Yeah.
You're really just trying to drop it,
Yep.
And and like we've probably all learned that you can't not do something. You do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, right?
It'll drive you crazy not doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're focusing on the one thing you don't want.
Yep, exactly.
Go the other way. Do something else.
Push you in another fucking
You don't
direction.
look at it anymore. It's not
Yeah.
good.
Now, when you got those guitars back from Black Crowes, were you pretty fucking surprised to see those again?
Well, that was kind of a marriage of two stories.
Yeah, okay, what is
I
it?
think. Well, I mean, the first one around is, I'd left. I called in. I just was in a place where I had to choose my marriage or go back with this band. It's
Black
2
Crowes.
days away. We were on a 3-week break.
Right.
And I just said, I can't do it. This is it. I got to choose. So I sent a letter and I did a press release just to get it out there before anything else could be said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second time you leave the Black Crowes?
This is the 06.
Yeah, right.
The first time they fired me.
Right.
This time, I just, it wasn't pre-thought at all. It was just a day's notice. Like, you have to decide this, and I did. And it was a shitty thing to do, really, so late.
Right.
But it wasn't preconceived at all. It wasn't premeditated. It was just like, I can't do this.
Because of your marriage.
Yeah.
And
This is this serious.
right.
And so I told Rich that, because it doesn't matter. We already decided no matter. But I just said, I just wanted to let you know, I left because I would have lost my home, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, cool, all right. So a lot of gear was on the road because we were just on a break, and basically through lawyers, what I understood was that for this sum of money, they'd send it all back. If that was the shipping cost, then I'm blown away. But because it was a substantial amount of money
Right, right.
that I didn't have, because I'd been spending all my money on gear that was there
Yeah.
and fixing my marriage, working on going to see people and counseling,
Therapy and stuff.
Yeah. And so I didn't have it, and I just said, well, can I pay you back? Nope. Oh, well, then I guess keep it because I don't have the money.
Right.
And I didn't hear anything. until recently. A buddy of mine was playing with Rich, and he goes, "Hey, Mark, I got some guitars of yours Rich gave me." You know, Rich said, "These are Mark's. You know him, right? You're his friend, so give them to him or sell them or whatever."
Yeah.
So,
which guitars were they?
The very prototype of the Asher signature model that we made, the yellow one. Another lap steel and a 12-string Dan Electro. It wasn't. I lost a lot, but Rich did too.
Right.
But I did get that prototype Bill Asher back.
Wow.
Which is that's something special about that one. But yeah, and they took a flood and
that's what I heard. Rich lost he said he lost 70 guitars.
Yeah.
And then he saved that gold top that it's missing the paint on the top and a 335 and stuff.
Right.
It was amazing to have Rich over here because for years I just thought he was a dick for my whole life.
He said that.
Yeah.
In the interview at this Woodstock thing.
Oh yeah.
It was very cool. It was very candid interview in front of people. And then he goes, "Come on up if you want to." I'm like, "What, just walk up?" He's like, "Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be funny." And Yeah, it will. So anyway, I did get up there and we were talking about, I didn't mean to get off track.
No.
But the insanity of what we had been through and we all agree we got PTSD from it. He goes, "Man, that's when that thing rears its head, that whole machine, and it starts going, you just ride it because it's insane. And once you get to selling millions of, and he's a kid, he's 19, he's, it's much."
Yep. Yeah, it is. There's no manual.
No. So we were talking about that, and how he goes, "Yeah, we were dicks."
Yeah.
He just said it out loud, and I went the whole crowd laughed. But it was big to hear that, because he did what he could.
Yep. Yeah.
No one's ready for that.
No, not at all. He was sitting here and we talked for a couple hours and then we hung out that night and I was like, oh, wow. In my eyes, Rich is the guy you dream to have in your band because he's got no drug problems. Yeah. He's got amazing equipment. Yeah. He writes fucking great songs and he looks good. I'm like, that's the guy you want in your band. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for years, you're like, that guy's no fun. And then at the end of the day, you turn into Rich and you don't want the other guys in your band. These fucking guys are all strung out. They don't show up and shit. You know what I mean?
He's done a lot of work.
Yeah.
It shows, and he's a real sort of peaceful place, and doing things for the right reasons. He knows about that thing that just happens. You were talking about it before, the chemistry between players. He realized that he never put a band together before, besides the Black Crowes.
Right.
And then he had to go put more bands together. He's like, why isn't this phenomenal like the Black Crowes was?
Yeah, right. And why don't you play like Marc Ford or whatever? Because he literally said, out of all the guitar players he's played with, Mark was the one. You were the one. Mm. And I was like, that's so fucking cool to say that. Mm. You know what I mean? Because that is, it's like Keith and Mick Taylor. Mm. You know what I mean? The weaving of that. It's even in a different style, the James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett. The vibe, the telepathic thing of, I know what you're going to play, you know what I'm going to play, and we fucking mold this thing together, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a language all of its own. Like, because you don't even consciously think that while it's happening. You're just on it,
Yeah, totally.
And it's beautiful. That's the thing when talking to Rich, and it's like, I look forward to getting to know you.
Yeah.
Because although we have an intense brotherhood, a relationship that's family and old, but it's musical.
Yep.
It's on a musical level.
It's not on a personal level.
Well, it is very personal.
Well, I mean,
but like sort of physical, like, hi, how are you?
Yeah, there's no like, man, my day today. Right. It's like, sit down, let's talk about it.
It's a deeper level.
Oh, absolutely.
Intimate, sort of, and loud and.
It's amazing that such strangers could have such chemistry, right?
Yeah.
Because you're up on the stage, and when you guys get together, it's complete chemistry. Although you don't know anything that guy did that day.
Right.
You don't know what kind of troubles he's going through. You don't know if he's got some women problems, or if his kids are sick, or if his foot fucking hurts. Anything.
Right.
But when you get on stage, the magic happens.
Yeah, well, the rule is you leave it. You
Yep.
don't bring it up there. you
Totally.
know? And it's true. That was one good thing that usually happened. Every once in a while it'd spill out, you know?
Yeah.
But we were pretty good at leaving it. It just when, you know, the 20 hours get too tough to get through to get to the 2 hours
Yeah.
of the day, you know?
Totally. That exactly right.
It ain't worth it.
The 22 hours is hell
Yeah.
for the 2 hours of heaven. What? You ever talk to Chris at all?
No.
No, isn't that crazy, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how crazy it is. It makes a little sense to me. I know him,
Yeah.
you know, and it's a bummer.
Yeah, it is a
that
bummer.
we can't be in a relationship, but you know, that's just now. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, never say never. I learned that.
I truly believe, and I was thinking about it as Rich walked out of here, and I said, Rich, you talked to Chris? He said, not in 2 years. I truly believe that bands need to go away for the fans to realize that, hey, don't take this for granted.
For the band to realize it too.
Yeah, the band too, of course. But I'm saying also to where when the band does do it, it's so fucking special that look, this thing's always fragile.
Right.
It could go away anytime. Yeah.
Right.
But
well, us coming together now was like there was no agenda but to play. We just wanted to play together. you know? Like I got a call from my manager. Rich wants to know, do you want to? I said, hell yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I get the details later. Yes, I want to play with it. You know.
Yeah. That had to be a great call, right?
Yeah, and then he called a little bit after that, and we talked for an hour. I mean, longer than any conversation we probably ever had. You know.
What was the opening conversation like? He's like, "Hey, it's Rich. What's going on?"
Well, I was sort of filled in a little bit on what was it about, and then some songs he sent, and we talked about what the idea of it. And first, it was just like, okay, we're not going to address any of this stuff, right? Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We want to play together, and that doesn't matter. Yep. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
And it was great because we both had done work on some hard things, you know, gotten through some strange relationships, and, you know, everybody's got their addictions to something.
Yep.
And, you know, we all got our stuff to work out. And it's just nice to meet each other again. I mean, that was already 10 years ago. 06.
Isn't that crazy? 10 fucking years ago.
It was like yesterday at the Fillmore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but he's got 5 boys now.
He's got 5?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I've got 1 or 2 other kids that maybe or maybe not he knows about, you know what I mean? But in that last 10 years, it seemed like a blank, but that's a lot of stuff went down, you know?
Oh my.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
He's better, and I think I'm better, you know?
Yeah.
Better people, better players.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, are you going to tour Europe with Rich?
No plans to. I have a plan May and June to take this record to Europe and Australia later. And there are some holes that we're talking about maybe someday.
That'd be fucking cool. Like, like you and then Rich, like tour. That's a great tour, man. Because you could go out and play your record. He plays his records. And then at the end, this fucking fantastic super jam. Right. Oh, man. It's just like.
Yeah, or just, you know, who knows? I mean, it could just whatever, you know, it's like Rich said, it's a tide that floats all boats.
Yep. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Because I got a record coming. He's got a record coming out. We get to play together, you know, and when time allows, we want to keep playing together. So whatever that looks like, we'll figure that out.
That'd be cool as shit.
Yeah.
I love the song Devil's in the Detail. It's an interesting way how you sang it because, you know, when I first heard it, I was like, what's going on here? Because you come out, look out, and then you wait a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, way she moves me, or whatever. That's like, because I heard it as like, look at the way she moves me, you know? Is that how you heard it in your head, like the long pauses in the verses?
Well, it was written like that, and, you know, it was written by a couple of friends of mine from San Clemente, and it's kind of that West Coast surfer kind of,
right.
Take your time, man. It's all right.
Yeah.
Don't hurry into nothing. And I like that way of playing anyway, kind of lazier and on the backside of things. So we played together that song around, like, and whenever we played it, the room changed.
Yeah.
Didn't matter who sang it. I mean, man, there's something going on with that tune, you know. I got to do it.
Yeah.
And that's just naturally how it came to me, you know. And I love it, man.
I do too. That's a great song.
There's a lot of radio programmers that are.
It sticks in your head big time. Yeah. You know, I can hear that on the radio all day long. You know,
that's a good song.
It really is.
And I'm so concerned about that now. You know, what I mean, it's like, okay, I wrote as many songs because I wanted to get all of my songs, and it's like they weren't all great. You know what I mean? But I was learning how to do it, and I was proud of them. And it's like they don't come as fast, and I don't have the time to spend that as much anymore. And there's some nuggets in there, and some still come, you know, but they're just more. And so I'm so happy to look around and go, oh, what do you got?
Yeah,
you know?
That's cool.
Especially when it's friends that I see every day, you know, like, what do you got? You got any new tunes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's actually a little more exciting to me and a little more liberating to be able to do somebody else's tune, but understand what it means to me.
Yep.
So I'm not up there lying.
Yeah, like putting your voice into it, not physically, but your mental mind voice to it, you know?
I have to know what it's saying. I have to be able to sing it from my perspective.
Yeah, be able to get behind it.
Yeah.
Or else you're just kind of like, I don't like this at all,
right.
You know? That's why I could never have somebody write my jokes for me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's people that have writers, and I understand that, but I have such a distinct mindset that it'd be like, I would never say this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of the same with music.
Yeah.
What did you, what amps did you use on the record? Because there's some great fucking tone in there. Is there a super reverb on this record?
No, it was mostly a Champ.
Wow, a Champ. Well, I could tell on some of the exploding leads. It's like a Champ or a Tweed Deluxe. It sounded to me like on 10, some Neil Young kind of,
Well,
you know.
and this power booster thing that I played, it's a make of the old Color Sound 70s power booster that was like 18 volts and just goes.
Oh, yeah, it's screaming some of these leads. You can hear this. It's just rattling the speaker.
Yeah. It's fun. And I paired them up. I always like to just pair up amps. So make two of them, make one good one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They sort of, when they help each other out, they accentuate places that the other one doesn't have. And
That's cool.
so,
How long did it take to track the record?
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
So you guys go up for what, a fucking weekend or something?
We were there 10 days because we did Sweetwater.
Oh, you played the Sweetwater?
Before we went in.
Wow, that's great. That's a great room, right?
Yeah, it stomped too, and that made everybody happy before we were going in the studio. You know? But the tunes weren't done because we did some of the tunes in the gig, and you watch the gig, and it's like clearly they weren't done. And 2 days after that, they were done. You know.
Wow. Well, that's some of the best way to work, I think. Like, to me, my lyrics are never even fucking done until I'm under the fucking money wire of like, all right, you got to do it now. Because you'll constantly put it off.
Right.
You'll be like, I got time. And then all of a sudden you don't have time. And I also like to write comedy like that too, you know?
Right.
It's like, I don't think songs are really ever done or jokes, and you know they just evolve, you know. And so what you were playing at the Sweetwater was what it was that night, and 2 nights later on tape, it's something
Just
different.
had to make decisions.
Yeah.
Stop it here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean I work the same way. Like I'm not clever enough to really ponder a thought and a theme and a story and a what I mean, like. There's too many shiny things around for me to get through that.
Yeah, right.
And so
it's the ADD kicks in.
It's that cram before the test because it's so difficult to focus it takes so much energy. I got to really, really, really care about it, and then
Yeah.
I can focus like hell on
Me
it.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. Like comedy is
Yeah.
like I care about it so much that I mean you can see I haven't even unpacked in my own
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, yeah.
People come in. When are you gonna unpack? It's like it doesn't matter.
I know where stuff is.
I really don't. It doesn't matter to me. I'm in a hotel every day, you
Yeah.
know, and it's shit. This is unpacked to me. The
Right.
records are out, and
Right.
the record player works.
Look, I put stuff on the shelf.
Yeah.
But that's the way I love working, because, if I think it out, then I got a plan and I got an expectation, and I'm good. My instincts are good,
Yeah.
and I don't want to worry about the details. I just want to know when it happens and then
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
Because I've done the time.
Yep. Yeah.
I got the ninja skills out.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
limited, but
Yeah.
They're sharp.
You got nunchucks.
Yeah.
You don't have the smoke bomb, but you got the star and the nunchucks.
Right. That's all you need, really.
That's all
get
you need, right?
The hard work done.
How about guitars? What guitars are on this record?
3 different Ashers and my Trussart.
Oh, your Trussart.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the Vultures, the Trussart,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Ghetto's everywhere.
This song "Ghetto is Everywhere." If I just hear that term, I think it's genius because meaning ghetto meaning bad, of course. You could be in the most beautiful place ever and it's bad, right? Like you live down south now, like, Southern California, beach towns and stuff, totally beautiful. But if your frame of mind or your troubles you have can turn anything into a ghetto,
That's
right?
Yeah, that's exactly. I said to Mike when he first sang it, I go, man, Ghetto's everywhere for you because you bring it with you, man.
Yeah.
and
It's so true.
Yeah, we got to get happy and just being grateful for what is,
Totally.
instead of what is wrong. We all see what's wrong. Let's have an answer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What's right about it?
It's a great fucking song. You got great song titles here, man. I mean, that Ghetto is Everywhere. Shalimar Dreams.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the greasiest song yet.
Are you, how's things with you and your lady, man? She's good?
Awesome. Yeah.
You guys are good?
It's an onward
Battle?
It's work. Like
just life,
anything
right?
you love. It needs care and it's constant upkeep, and you got to invest in it to keep it alive. And
Yeah.
no one tells you really that, or they do, but you don't care when you get married.
Yeah.
Or you
right.
get involved in a relationship. But any relationship, if you want it to work and keep working, it takes.
She wrote on this record?
Well, that one song.
Yeah, all we
need to do is love.
Yeah. What'd she write? Lyrics or something?
Yeah, actually, her and Chris had kind of come up with quite a bit of it, and then they asked me, and I put a chord or two in, and maybe a few lyrics. So.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
Your son's still playing?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he play in the band?
He just released a record that's badass.
No shit.
Yeah, it's called As You Were.
As You Were. And is he the singer or the bit? What's
He's the singer, songwriter, guitar player.
Wow, because he was playing bass in your band, right?
He played guitar with me on Fuzz Machine, and then he played bass for Ryan Bingham.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When you
Yeah.
guys went out.
So now he's front, and he's like, man, he's Austin has sent out this hand-picked group of songwriters in Austin, and then put them out, and it's an Austin festival that they go, and all of these 6 different artists play
Yeah.
in different cities in the world. They did France.
Whoa, like
Couple in
Austin
France.
songwriters, and they travel
Well,
around.
Elijah's in it, and they film it like a TV show. It's like a PR thing.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Austin, right?
Whoa.
And so he's like becoming like the darling of the thing. I told him, you're going to be the darling. This, your record its timing is beautiful.
Wow. Has he got a record deal?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
It's like running in the family.
Yeah.
Now, does he go out and play?
He's out in England right now.
But I mean, in town at all?
He does, but not with the band very often. He's going to start my tour with me playing bass.
Oh, no shit. He's going to play in the band. Wow.
we play. There's 3 here with Mike Campbell at the Coach House.
Oh, when's that?
St. Rock and Ramona. October 27, 8, and 9.
Oh, I'm there.
28 is St. Rock. 27 is Coach House.
Oh, that is fucking great. Everybody got to go see that.
Yeah,
Mike Campbell.
Mike Campbell's band, the Dirty Knobs.
Yeah, Dirty Knobs. Yeah, with Ron Blair.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, I think he plays.
It's just a guitar wank.
Yeah, right.
The whole night, you know.
You know Mike Campbell at all?
Oh man, he's the sweetest.
He's the best, right?
We did like 3 months together.
When you and I played together at the Mint, he came. And
I remember that.
Yeah, he came, man. Him and Sheryl Crow and a couple other people. But he was, he's a cool guy.
He
man.
really is. He's a genuine article. He's as cool. He's just like the way he plays guitar.
Yeah.
Never says anything that isn't perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you never really see him until he does say something perfect.
It's funny because I feel like he's so underrated.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you really know that he was a king, of course he's a king on all the fucking records. But when he stepped out and played on that first Wallflowers record, you know, he did the slide on it. You're just like, you know, Mike Campbell. There, you know what I mean? He just comes in and plays this fucking perfect thing and leaves. No glory or nothing. The song's like a #1 song, you know?
Well, Boys of Summer.
Yeah, Boys of Summer.
He wrote that.
He wrote that?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I didn't know he wrote that
yes,
song.
Sir.
Holy shit, that's a fucking great tune, man. I got a deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. What whenever I hear that song, I think so much of just rolling down PC day drinking.
Yeah. That's Mike, man. And he's just a humble dude and knows what he's doing and loves it. And just, you know, when he speaks, it's exactly what you want to hear.
Oh, man.
He's a kind dude. He makes sure all these shows are double headlined. Like, he goes, make sure Mark gets everything I get. Same time, same dressing room stuff.
Wow.
So I get, you know, like the bands in town thing, like I'm headlining.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know,
that's so,
all that little stuff.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot like Joe Walsh, you know. Joe Walsh, you open for him. He's like, hey, hold on. He goes, they have to sound check. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Right. They're checking, you know what I mean? He fucking lays down law and shit, you know?
He's cool. He's got to. I've met, oh, no, I take that back. I had the weirdest experience with him. I was with Ben Harper in his dressing room, and he was sharing a room with Joe Walsh. Yeah. And I didn't notice it for a little while that Joe Walsh was sitting there in a couch. I just thought it was a guy, but it was, you know, like sweats and this like jacket, and he was all like,
like Joe Walsh mode.
We'll let the homeless dude in here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I was talking with Ben about guitar strings or, you know, lighter strings, and I said I really think it had something to do with the way Hendrix would get that sound, you know. And we're talking and talking, and so this guy gets up, and I've realized since now, oh, that's Joe Walsh right there.
Yeah.
Whoa, I wonder if he's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Because he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I love him so much. And then he gets up. I'm sitting right by the door. It goes like, and he gets up, and then he stops right as he goes out the door. And he looks at me. And he goes, "You take that neck, you make it as straight as you can get it. You lay those strings as low as you can, and if you get rattled, it doesn't matter. You get those pickups as high as you can." He goes, "And that's how you do it." And then he left.
Wow.
And I didn't think about it for 6 months, and then I went, "Huh, I'll give that a try."
Yeah.
Sure enough, man.
No shit.
It creates a little fizz, rattly, because of that.
Fret buzz and shit.
Presses it close to the neck.
Yeah.
You get natural compression with the strings, and
wow.
And then you got to use, you know, they use a lot of gain.
Yeah.
Because it's not singing, the guitar isn't, but the gain of it is.
That's incredible. He just drops that nugget on you and walks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did that to me. It was like, don't ever eat the deli tray. And then just, you know, walked out. You know, you're like, what? You know what I mean?
Gold.
Yeah.
Gemstone.
He just, I think it's like a way, if he cares about you, he just gives you some knowledge, and then it's almost like gypsy shit. You're like, well, what does he mean by that?
Right.
Is the deli tray, does that mean life?
Yeah.
Don't eat out of life. You know, does it mean this fucking baloney in front of us?
Don't take the foul of the deli tray of life.
Yeah. It's fucking wild.
It is, probably.
Man.
He's a wise dude.
I think last time I didn't really talk to you about Ben Harper. You played with Ben Harper.
Yeah.
And, I don't own any Ben Harper records.
I don't either.
Yeah, I do respect what he does. He's playing that Weisenborn for years and doing all that. And great, great guitar player.
Mm-hmm. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he is, man.
I loved him when I first saw him playing acoustic by himself, and it was, he definitely demands attention.
Yeah.
And he gets people to stop outside, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. How was that playing with him? It had to be great, right? He was, at the time,
yeah.
He was playing big venues.
Yeah, well, in Europe, yeah, he was Artist of the Year on Rolling Stone in France, and we sold out 3 nights at the Bercy.
Wow.
And it was, yeah. I mean, at that point, it was towards the end of my period with him, but at that point, he was starting to put the guitar down and hold the microphone and get out and sing.
Frontman stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam Cooke style.
Yeah.
And which was, I think, maybe a testament to maybe what I could have added, because when I came in, like, people would ask me, is it hard to switch from Black Crowes? I'm like, no, it's the same 5 notes.
Yeah.
I just move it around, play a little quieter, or just shape the tone a little bit. It's all same music to me. But Ben is very tidy with how he does things, and it's kind of set pretty well. And I came in, the Crowes would never, every time it could go anywhere,
That's fucking cool.
So I was a loose kind of cannon, I think, when I came in. Now, like, we took a break. I met everybody, and we did a first rehearsal. I took a break, and the guys came out and was like, man, that was cool, man. You're loud, dude. It's fun, man.
You're loud. I love it.
Because they couldn't get Ben to jam and have fun, and so we had a great time. And Ben, little by little, lightened up. He was very cool about it, very gracious. He's a gracious dude.
That's great.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah, man. He's a hell of a talent, man, for sure.
Yeah, I love that record, that There Will Be a Light record we made with the Blind Boys.
Oh, man, Alabama Blind Boys, man.
I got a NAACP award for that record.
Wow, no shit, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool, man. You got to think, man. You played on some of the best fucking records, man. It's unbelievable.
I don't have any of the gold or platinum or
no.
No, I don't need it, but I do have the NAACP award.
What'd you do with your gold and platinum? You just lost them over the years.
My brothers and my family. It's like, I don't want to carry this.
Yeah, you don't carry it. I remember John Hyatt used to call him. What did he call him? Like. Precious metals. He's all like, I guess a buddy told me the story where he's in a recording studio, he's just looking at all these people's triple platinums and stuff, and he's like, man, I've never gotten any precious metals.
Yeah,
and he's such a songwriter king,
Right. Well, that's mostly the story.
Yeah.
But it's too bad there's no precious metal in it. I've got dope friends that had broke into their own gold records thinking they're going to sell the gold.
That's like on Rocky, right? Sell the gold. Remember Rocky where he's chipping out the jewels and the guy goes, I want the belt. These aren't worth shit, dude. When he hits rock bottom. You actually had guys that thought they were real gold. That is amazing.
Yeah, they took them into the pawn shop to get dope. And the only thing that's gold is the little tiny plaque in the bottom that says,
unbelievable. And they get you like a $5 fucking little taste.
That's where drugs will take you, folks.
It really is, right? Who are you listening to right now? Anybody new? I've been getting into some St. Paul and the Broken Bones. You down with this band? You know them?
I heard of this band called The Strokes that I'm really into.
The Strokes, you fucking guy.
Dude, I'm
2002.
Sorry.
No. No, but that's great.
I stayed so out of what was going on my whole life, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, I was like, The Who and Jimi Hendrix, that's where we're going.
That's it, I mean? Right.
And that was it, and I just have kept blinders on like that my whole life. And then the last 6 years, I just couldn't, I didn't give a shit about music.
Right.
Couldn't hear it. I didn't really want to play it.
Right.
The inspiration, it was just gone, and I because I had to work on some other stuff. I
Yeah.
had to clean house so that if it was to come to me like that again, I could handle it.
Yeah.
You know? And so
So where do you hear the Strokes? Yeah, where do you hear the Strokes at?
Well, it was Elijah's favorite band.
Oh yeah, I love them. You know why I love them? I really think that they were. You know, we had like Black Crowes, we had Guns N' Roses, we had Jane's Addiction. Those were all different bands, but they were all dangerous.
And the Strokes were fucking New York rock and roll like you
Fucking
wanted.
A, dude. And all of a sudden in 2002,
Yeah.
here comes Danger again. Leather jackets,
Yeah.
some fucking guitars
Yeah.
and drugs and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow.
And a singer that is all in.
All in, man. And just
You believe every word of that.
great fucking songs. You take it, you leave it, then you take it. You know, you're just like, wow.
Yeah, that and the Killers. I've been looking.
Oh, yeah, the Killers. Oh, that Sam's Town record?
Well, I heard
Fuck.
Killers first. We're in the car, you know, because my 16-year-old's listening now to his older brother's favorites, you know. So I'm really getting to hear these records and like, wow, that's good, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've heard it before.
Yep.
I know where it came from.
Yeah, we know the origins.
Right.
But still,
But
got
then
some.
I heard the Strokes. I went, oh, Elijah. And I texted him. I go, you know, those Strokes guys make the Killers look like little boys. I go, really talented little boys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they're rock and roll New York style the way it was always great. You know?
I tell you
Like
what,
even Blondie, like
oh,
those
God,
guys
yeah.
were
Fuck
punk
yeah.
ass little.
Oh, Blondie,
rock
call
dudes.
me.
Yeah.
You know, that thing is fucking. You know, Julian, who I absolutely worship, the singer of the Strokes, put out a solo record last year, Julian and the Voids or whatever. And this thing is fucking great. It's straight up art rock.
Yeah.
It's like 75 art rock, man. And you would love it. It's so fucking. That guy's.
Going Prague?
Huh?
Prague?
No, it's not prog. It's more like Andy Warhol, Talking Heads, that kind of
New York.
fucking
Yeah, yeah.
New York with the fucking that kind of fucking weird can vocal
good.
and some weird keyboards, you know, like
I'm so glad that, you know, he's not running somewhere else to try to get some other tone. He's
I know.
keeping New York, New York.
keeping it going,
Yeah.
man. He made me fall in love with New York, you know.
Well, there's so much great music that came from there, and there is that sound.
Yeah.
That's a string. Like there's a West Coast sound, and there's
Absolutely.
Southern and Texas, and you know all the regions. I
Yeah.
love that he's keeping
Yeah.
it straight. New York,
And still going. Like the guy made millions. He could have just cashed out or whatever. But then he goes off and makes these little solo records
no.
and little videos.
he's an artist. He can't.
Absolutely.
You know,
I
I
love
said
that.
people like, why do you, if it's so hard, why do you make records? It's like, because, I don't know, painters don't paint because they need to sell a picture. They paint because they're
Yeah.
a painter.
You're so right, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're so right. We've been performing all our lives. So, like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? Just stop?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah, because they get sick of me performing at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Get out of
And
here.
there's this tick in your head that drives you. Even like you said, for 6 years you quit. You didn't really want to hear music or play music. But then one day it rears its head, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm back in. Like the scene in
Yeah.
Godfather 3.
Yeah, I slapped in Freedom, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Okay, let's make a record.
Yeah, man, I love that era of fucking Hendrix, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that fucking Buddy Miles era, you know, Machine Gun and all that.
Yeah, it was heavy. So I got the Neptune Blues Club back together, and I'm taking the old suckers. Well, Baz has been there a bunch, but you know,
That's fucking great. Now
Yeah.
the record, this record comes out Friday,
the 14th. Yes.
14th. Yeah, Friday.
There's a listening party. The Kickstarter people.
Yeah.
And if you're out of town,
When is it?
13th,
13th.
Dawn the Beachcomber.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
So damn it, but yeah, I got your. Where is the listening party? Can people go?
Yeah. Well,
This comes out on the 13th, Thursday.
it's just it's a restaurant side. We play the gig side, but there's a restaurant side, and it's the people that bought. It's for the Kickstarter, the reward.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's just
Cool.
listening party, so it's not really an open.
I got it. But
public-
people could crash and sneak in if they want.
If
Hell yeah.
you know,
I would. I'd be there in a
hey,
minute.
Look, I'm not running security.
Yeah. Now it comes out Friday. Is it on iTunes Friday?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so fucking great. And then you're gonna have vinyl, right?
Yeah, that's coming.
And where can they get that on your website?
It'll be the regular places, I guess. You know.
Yeah, like Amoeba and shit, record stores. But can they get ordered on a website or anything?
Yeah, it's usually on Amazon or CD Baby.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, or a website, and then we'll be on the road all in November.
Oh, where
in the
with Mike Campbell at the end of October, and then you're doing November the States.
Those are the first 3 gigs with Mike Campbell.
I'm going to that.
And then then I go and do all of November.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming down, dude.
Yeah.
I love talking to you, man, and I love your playing, and I love you like I've said it 100 times, and this record is really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I really hope that you and Rich do a tour because his record is phenomenal, man, and yours is great.
Yeah. It's funny, the parallels of this record and my last record.
Yeah.
Like, we were in a place similar at the same time. We both wrote a song called In You.
No shit.
At the same time.
And you didn't even know. That is crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, thank you, man.
It's, we just got to do what we're told. We'll play together.
Yeah, I know it. I actually feel it, it was weird. It just kind of hit me like a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh no, that's going to happen. Yeah. And I think,
I don't want to, I'm not saying nothing. I mean, anything can happen.
Totally. That's what I say. Well, thank you. You got a website, marcford.com, right?
marcfordmusic.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love you, dude.
Love you
and get this record. It's called The Vulture, and it is fantastic. And I'm going to be playing a couple tunes from the record here at the end of this episode right now. So sit back and listen to a couple songs that I was talking about right here on Let There Be Talk. See you guys.